cross and put it on my shoulder, tilt up my wings and crown up the glory. Now if I had wings, Lord, I sure wouldn't be down here. Some folks would rather have a Cadillac. Some folks rather have diamond ring and these fancy things. Whoa, I tell you, a Cadillac ain't drive me to glory. A diamond ring can make me shine up there. But if I had wings, Lord, I sure wouldn't be down here. If I had wings, I'd fly away, y'all. If I had wings this evening, I'd fly away. Now if I had wings, Lord, I wouldn't be here. Oh, I just pick up my cross and put it on my shoulder, tilt up my wings and fly on up the glory. Now if I had wings, Lord, I sure wouldn't be down here.
Oh yeah, glory to God. Glory to God. That's an awesome song, and I believe that same song got us put off TV. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Rob, would you come over and help me? Let's escort Miss Lee Bell up to this stage. Now, you think I'm going to tell her not to sing and shout up on it? No way. Amen. Would y'all help me by putting your hands together with Miss Lee Bell Johnson? Long overdue. Hallelujah. We might want to go down front. Let's see. Make sure. We're not going to ask her. Come on, let's go down here. Yeah, let's go down front. Yeah, well, you'll be able to read it. You need a stand? Okay, we'll see if we can get you a stand. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. You may be seated. Again, welcome Mr. Doug Cyril.
Thank you so much, George. This is wonderful. I really appreciate the opportunity to say a few words about the music of Sister Lee Bell Johnson. And I'm honored to be presenting her with an award recognizing her decades of service and contribution to Alabama's great gospel singing heritage. I hope you all bear with me and don't mind that I'm reading something. I don't want to forget anything. And I've been looking forward to the opportunity to say some things about Miss Johnson, tell you some things maybe you don't know about her. My name's Doug Cyril, and I've been coming down to Alabama from my home near Nashville, Tennessee, to attend gospel anniversary programs and other singing events for 40 years now, a little more than 40 years. And George and I have known each other almost that long.
Yes, sir.
And I think he deserves great praise for his perseverance and the good, effective work of the American Gospel Quartet Convention. I trust you all enjoyed I Want Wings. I know you did, sung by our honoree, Sister Johnson. She recorded that in 1994. And if you hadn't heard her sing before, now you know why music lovers in Bessemer sometimes introduce her as our Mahalia. Sister Lee Bell told me the only time she doesn't sing is when she's sleeping. And she said she's been that way since she was a small child. She learned spirituals and gospel songs from her mother, who sang at home, and in the cotton fields of Marengo County, Alabama. Miss Liebel picked cotton and sang along with her mother long before she reached school age. But if spiritual singing was an important factor in Sister Liebel's early life, so was deprivation and housing insecurity. Her family had to move often from one plantation to another. And they experienced the worst forms of racial cruelty. Some of you know that Miss Liebel's father was murdered while in the custody of the Thomasville, Alabama sheriff in December 1953. She doesn't try to put these terrible episodes out of her mind or forget them. She accepts God's will. She owns all her experiences and sees them as a crucial part of her life history and her identity. Singing is what made Sister Liebel's most difficult trials bearable. God chose to relieve her pain and sorrow through the power of her incredible voice. Her deepest joy is praising Him in song. She once told me, it's a quote, "It's a good life to live. It has been for me. I've had problems in my life, but they didn't have nothing to do with my singing. The Lord just let me do it for Him." Sister Liebel is a gentle soul, content in herself, quick to laugh, but not someone to trifle with. Around Liebel Johnson, you have to be real. She's an independent-minded woman and can't be turned around from her Christian faith and values. I'm thankful that the American Gospel Quartet Convention doesn't forget the labor of faithful singers like Sister Liebel. She is the last surviving member of the Good Samaritan Gospel Singers at Bessemer, who celebrated their 42nd and final anniversary at Macedonian Missionary Baptist Church in Bessemer, where Reverend William E. Scott is pastor, on last November 17th. The group was organized in Sweetwater, Alabama in 1977 by Sister Johnson and Sister Mamie Benefield. The other members were Emma Jean Little and Jenny Lee Harris. Later came LaShalle Benefield, Celestine Pettis, and Curtis Johnson Jr. They recorded one 45 RPM record and 3 cassettes, appeared at Birmingham City Stages Festival, and made singing trips to nearby states, but they mostly sang around Birmingham and Bessemer. The city of Bessemer holds a special place in the history of gospel music, and to this day, Bessemer's gospel music lovers enthusiastically support the old-time singing, even though it seems to have passed from the scene almost everywhere else. Within this remarkable community, Liebel Johnson is recognized as a minister of a cappella singing and the old spiritual songs. In recent years, she's helped train and advise senior citizen singing groups, such as the New Pilgrim Voices and the Pioneer Gospel Singers. A few years ago, gospel musician Roderick Tompkins presented Sister Liebel with a plaque, which read, "Godmother of Quartet." It was a fitting testimony to her importance to Bessemer's gospel singers and their audience. Strange to say, there was a time when Miss Liebel wasn't properly appreciated or even fairly treated by some members of her community. Gratefully, all that has changed. Her steadfast character and stature as a keeper of the singing tradition has drawn many people to her. In 1994, her beautiful rendition of "Stand By Me" was broadcast over National Public Radio and was later featured on a CD produced by the Smithsonian Institution, our National Museum in Washington, D.C. And yet, it's a mystery, it remains a mystery, how a musician of such extraordinary talent had so few professional opportunities and such limited exposure beyond her local community. It's altogether proper that the 2020 American Gospel Quartet Convention acknowledged Sister Liebel Johnson's remarkable talents and achievements, giving her the respect that she's always been due. She has been blessed to sing on into her 85th year, and as you will soon hear, she's not finished singing yet. I'm so glad to have the honor of presenting the great gospel soloist, Sister Lee Bell Johnson, with the Alabama Treasure Award.
Thank you. Thank all of you. Thank God more than anything else. Because He's the only one that would have been able to keep somebody like me. I'm a hard fighting soldier on the battlefield. You're my hard fighting soldier out on the battlefield. I'm a hard fighting soldier on the battlefield. God knows I'm on the battlefield, and I'm working for the Lord. Sometimes I'm out in the storm and rain. Here I am on the battlefield. Y'all out in the storm and rain. I'll keep on working for the Lord. God knows I'm out in the storm and rain. I'll just keep working for the Lord. God knows I'm on the battlefield, and I'm working for the Lord till y'all I ain't got time.
Yes, Lord.
I keep on working for the Lord. Y'all I ain't got time. Yes, I keep on working for the Lord. Y'all I ain't got time yet. I'll keep on working for the Lord till y'all I'm on the battlefield, and I'm working for the Lord. Come on!
Yes!
Till y'all I'm on the battlefield, and I'm working for the Lord. Y'all pray for me. Just pray for me. Thank you, Jesus. Jesus left this world one day. My God. Out on a cloud, y'all. He went away.
My God.
To prepare a place somewhere for you and me. Yeah. You and me. He said, carry on till I come. Count count your blessings, count them one by one, until you hear the Master say, child, well done, well done. Just say, well done. When you hear the Master say, well done, my child, at the close of lifelong day. When you hear the Master say, well done, thy faithful servant, child, well done. One by one, we all gonna say goodbye to all our friends with tear-stained eyes. One by one, King Jesus is calling, saying, wonders, come home, come on home. Joy awaits you at that home, child, just beyond the telephone. When you hear the Master say, child, well done.
Come on, another big round of applause. Yes, she deserves all of that. All of that. All of that. You can't make that up. You got to live, you got to have lived that experience. Thank you, Father.
And at the cross of the road, oh yes, sir, we got a choice to make. We don't